Hello and welcome, friends of Sudoku, to the New York Times Sudoku puzzle. Today is Wednesday. It's the 29th of May, 2024. This is a weird setup, I have to say. Looks funny. What looks helpful, though, is that we have a 7 and a 6 here and here. And that tells me that a 7 and a 6 must go here and here. And that further means that 1 and an 8 must go up here somewhere. But it does lead to some conclusions. For example, that a 5 must go here because if you follow this line of a 5 this way and you follow this line of a 5 this way, it's clear that one of these must be a 5 blocking over here. This 5 blocks over here. So this must be a 5. And that gives us a 7 and a 6 here, as we talked about previously, because this 7 must go here or here, blocking this square. So this is the 6 and this is the 7. And this 6, of course, forces a 6 to go here. And now if you look at these squares, where can a 6 not go? It cannot go here, or here, or here, or here. It has to go here. And I think we have more 6s because we need a 6 for one of these two squares, because these 6s all look at these 5 squares. And this 6 looks at this square as well. So the corner square must be a 6. And now, of course, this is the only square for a 6 in block number 6. Over here, we know that a 1 can't go here, and we need a 1 for the row. So here's a 1. And here's a 3. Now look at this very nice looking pair here, 2 and 4. We also have a 2 and 4 here. So a 2 and a 4 must go here in row 4. And therefore, these must be an 8 and a 9. And the 8, of course, forces a 9 to go here, and the 8 goes here. Now we have an 8 and a 1 here, and an 8 and a 1 here, blocking like so. We have a 1 blocking here, so one of these is a 1, and one of these is an 8. We need a 1, 3, and a 7 here. We also have a 1, 3, and a 7 here, therefore a 1, 3, and a 7 must go here. The 1s, of course, tells me that this is where the 1 goes, and the 3 and the 7 go here. So about the 7s, this 7 blocks here. One of these must be a 7, therefore this can't be a 7. This 7 blocks here, therefore this is a 7. 3, 4, and 5 here. Not sure about that. But I am sure that this must be a 9 because there's no other place in row 7 for a 9 because of these 9s. We need a 3 in this row, number 9. And for obvious reasons, 3 can't go here, and it also can't go here. Therefore, we can enter a 3 here. Now look at the column here. We need a 3, but these 3s force a 3 to go here or here. We also have a 3 here or here. Therefore, a 3 can't go here, and it can't go here. It must go here in the top row. Here we need a 5 and a 4. The 4 blocks here. So here's a 5, and here's a 4. And 8 and 9 now here. 2, 5, 8 here. Don't know, except this is now a 2 or a 5. And this is a 2 or a 4. So a 3 goes here or here. But up here we need a 1, 4, 8, and a 9. 8, 4, and 1 here. forces a 9 to go here. 2, 4, 7 here. Look at these 5 squares. We need to find a 1, 2, 5, 7, and a 9. We have a 2, 5, 7, and a 9 attacking this square. Therefore, it must be a 1. Now look at this square. We know that for these 3 squares, we need a 1, 3, and a 7. Now we have a 1 and a 3 blocking here, so this must be a 7. And a 1 and a 3 now must go here. 2, 5, and 9 here. We know one of these is a 2. And the rest, don't know. But I think we said earlier that one of these squares had to be a 1. Now that we found this 1 and we have this 1, it is clear that this 1 goes to this square here and an 8 to one of these. And for all the 3, we need to find a 2, 4, and an 8. So this is a 4 or an 8, isn't it? And this is a 2 or a 4. And 4 and 8 here and here. We found the 9 up in the corner here, and we know that a 9 must go here, here. Now that we found this 9, we can enter a 9 here. And I'm sure we remember what this square is, because these are 3 and 7. Only one number for this cell, and that is the 8. We also know that one of these had to be an 8. Now we know that the 8 goes here, and that these 2 squares must be a 2 and a 5. This 5 blocks down, so one of these is a 5, but we can't tell whether it's this one or this one. We know that one of these must be a 3, because we have 3s blocking everything else in this row. So one of these is a 3. We have a 5 blocking here, and we have a 5 blocking here. So a 5 goes here, here, or here. The reason I'm zooming in on this is that I begin over here, and we need a 2, 3, and a 5 here. I know that the 3 blocks over, but we have 3 empty squares, 2, 3, and a 5. So let's just say here, a 2, 3, and a 5 for these squares here. And we do have a 3 and a 5 blocking here. And we have a 3 blocking here. So I'm thinking that this square here can only be a 2 or a 5. Because we need a 2, 5, and a 9 for the column. This 9 blocks. So we have a 2 and a 5 here. We have a 2, 3, 5 here. And what does it tell you? Well, look at the 3 blue boxes. This is a triple. So we got a 2, 3, 5 triple here, leaving a 1, 4, and an 8 for the row. We have a 1 and an 8 blocking here, so this must be a 4. And still a 2, 3, and a 5 must go here. A 1 and an 8 here. We also have a 1 candidate here, of course. But now that we have this 4 blocking up here, we know that these 2 squares must be an 8 and a 2. The 2 blocks over, so this must be an 8 and this must be a 2. And the last cell up here, of course, has got to be a 4. None of these squares now can be 4s. Therefore, this is a 4. 2 and 5 here. 2 and 5 here. 2, 5, 9 here. 2 and 9 forces a 5 to go here. Therefore, this must be a 5 and this must be a 2. One of these had to be a 2. We have known that for a long time. Now the 2 is forced to go here, and this is also a 2. None of these squares up here can be a 2. Therefore, the 2 goes here. This must be a 9. And the last cell in this column is a 5. That gives us a 5 here. 4 and 7 here. Here's a 7, here's a 4, and here's a 4. Therefore, we have a 2 here and a 4 here. This must be a 3, and this a 9. Therefore, we have a 9 here, and here we have a 3. That gives us this 3 and this 1 and this 1 and this 8. Also an 8 up here, and a 7 here. This 7 puts a 3 in the square and a 7 in this. Now we have a 3 here, and we have a 5 here. And that's it for today's New York Times Hard Sudoku. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.